Hey everyone. So, if you're a Mac user, I'm willing to bet you know exactly what I'm talking about. That feeling when your Mac, which used to be blazing fast, just starts to, well, bog down. It gets cluttered, it gets slow. Well, today we're going to fix that. I'm going to show you a tool that is shockingly simple, super powerful, and, best of all, completely free. It's going to give your Mac a brand new lease on life. So, let's get right into it. Okay, let me ask you something. Does this look familiar? Yeah, that dreaded little notification. It always seems to pop up at the worst possible time, right? You're deep in a project, you're on a deadline, and boom, there it is. It's basically the check engine light for your Mac, and man, is it frustrating.
And that's it, right? Your whole workflow just grinds to a halt. Apps get laggy, you try to save a big file, and it just says, nope. Your Mac just loses that snappy feel it had when you first got it. But here's the thing. What if I told you there's a super simple way to fix all this, and it's not going to cost you a single penny?
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the cluttered Mac problem. Then, I'll show you a simple command that's the solution. We'll look at how it works, what it cleans safely, touch on some cool advanced features, and then finally we'll get to the good part, getting your Mac back.
Okay, section 1, the cluttered Mac problem. So let's really dig into what's going on here. What is actually eating up all your disk space? It's usually not what you think. It's not just your giant video files, your photo library. The real culprits are the invisible ones, all the hidden junk. I'm talking about temporary files, system logs, ancient application caches. It's like digital dust bunnies that just pile up day after day.
All right, so now for the solution, the hero of our story. We're going to check out this awesome free and open source tool that you run straight from the terminal. But here's the really cool part. You don't even have to install it. Seriously, it's a clean, simple, one-and-done command to fix your cluttered Mac.
And this is it. This is the magic spell right here. It's just one single line you pop into your terminal. And don't worry, you absolutely do not need to be a developer to use this. That NPX part, just think of it like this. It's a way to run a tool one time, on demand, without actually installing it and cluttering up your system. Super clean, super efficient, and really powerful.
Okay, so how does this thing actually work once you hit enter? Well, what I love about this tool is that it's not some scary black box. It's not going to go rogue and just start deleting stuff behind your back. Nope. The whole point is that you are in complete control every step of the way. It all boils down to this super simple four-step process. First, it does a quick scan of your Mac for all the junk. Then, it shows you a nice, clean list of everything it found and, more importantly, how much space you're about to get back. Then you get to select exactly what you want to get rid of. And finally, it only cleans the stuff you gave it the thumbs up on. That's it. Simple, transparent, and safe. Now, to make that select step even easier and way safer, the tool uses this brilliant color-coded system. It's kind of like a traffic light for your files: green, yellow, and red. This little system tells you at a glance what's totally safe to nuke and what you might want to think twice about. Let's break down what each color means.
First up, we've got the green items. This is the green light, go for it category. These are the absolute no-brainers. We're talking about your trash can, old browser cache from websites you visited months ago, temporary files, basically all the stuff that's just taking up room and doing nothing useful. Deleting this is the easiest win you'll get.
Okay, next we have yellow. Think proceed with caution, but it's usually fine. This category is for stuff that's generally safe to get rid of, like application caches or system logs. Cleaning these out can free up a ton of space, but since they are tied to specific apps you use, the tool flags them as yellow just so you can give them a quick look. Honestly, for most of us, clearing these out is totally okay.
And last, we've got red. This is where you can really see how smart and safe this tool is. Red items are things you probably don't want to delete without thinking, like your downloads folder, your iPhone backups, or big personal files. And here's the most important part. The tool hides these by default. You literally have to use a special command just to see them. This design is fantastic because it makes it almost impossible to accidentally delete something important.
But wait, there's more. This tool isn't just a one-trick pony for cleaning caches. It actually has a few other really handy tricks up its sleeve. Think of it less like a broom and more like a Swiss Army knife for your Mac. For instance, it's got a complete app uninstaller. You know how when you drag an app to the trash, it leaves all sorts of little files and folders behind? Well, this thing hunts down every last bit of an app and gets rid of it for good. It can also do other neat stuff like flushing your DNS cache or telling your Mac to free up purgeable space. So what does all of this actually look like in practice? Let's check out a real-world example of the kind of results you can get.
Get ready because this is the wow moment. This is when you realize just how much digital gunk has been hiding out on your machine all this time.
41.5 gigabytes. Nope, that is not a typo. In just one scan, this tool found over 40 gigs of junk files that were safe to delete. Just to put that into perspective for you, that's enough space for thousands of high-res photos, or dozens of big applications, or hours and hours of HD video. It's a huge amount of space.
And here's the breakdown of where it all came from. Just look at that. Almost 22 gigs from development caches. Another 15.5 from user cache files. Remember that hidden junk we talked about? These are the poster children for it. These are exactly the kinds of invisible space hogs that this tool is built to sniff out and eliminate.
And you know, it's not just about how effective it is. It's also about trust. And here's why you can feel really good about using this tool. First, it's 100% offline. Your data, your files, they never, ever leave your computer. Second, it's open source, which means the code is out there for anyone in the world to look at and verify. And finally, like we've seen, its whole design philosophy is safe by default.
So really, there's only one question left to ask. Once you've run this, and you have a faster, cleaner Mac with all that glorious disk space back, what are you going to do with it? Maybe start some new projects, have more room for your creativity, or maybe just enjoy that feeling. You know the one, of having a machine that just works the way it's supposed to. It's a great feeling.